We're live.
And we're live.
Hey, everybody.
And we're live.
Hey, Ray.
We're Livebrush and we're back again.
You're always starting with a good
What's
song.
up, dude? How are you?
I like it.
Dude,
I'm good. I'm good.
This is what it's all about, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. Oh, I'm dropping stuff right at the beginning. Okay, here we go.
Just break everything.
Yeah.
Let's trash your studio stream.
I got all these new cameras set up, and it's cool, but I don't know where anything is. That's the problem.
How you been, dude?
Good. It's been a long time. It's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month. Hey, remember that time you were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna totally stream before."
Yeah,
Before
I know.
the month's up.
Right before I left, I was like, "We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it."
We're gonna do it, and I was like, "You sure about that, man? You're about to leave."
Yeah, it was like I wanted to stream the day before we were gonna go to Africa. The day before. Like
The day before,
crazy
folks.
person.
The day before.
It didn't happen. Oh, you got a little
No,
you got a little window up. What do you got? What are you doing there? Are you messing with Photoshop?
I'm doing lots of things, man. You know, I'm doing lots of switches in the background, just flipping them here and back. You know, welcome back, everyone. We've missed you all.
Welcome back. Oh, look, we got a nice lineup of folks. Hey, everybody. Hey, Chris Khan.
Got everyone here.
Lord Dornable, Alec Hamilton, Jacob Sweet. Good to see you guys.
And those are all the hits.
All the hits.
So, okay, did you want to talk about a trip? You don't have to.
Oh yeah, trip was amazing. I can't. Oh hey, definitely fine. That's my buddy John. Thanks, man. Thanks. Thanks for the subs.
That's what you 5 subs, man. Dude, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much. Seriously, that's super generous of you, man. Awesome. F in the chat. We're definitely fine here. Yeah, let's go.
And a subscribe, man. Fantastic.
He's super fan.
Thanks, John.
I knew that.
John is a good buddy of mine. We played DayZ together a lot. He's an artist as well.
Oh, it's your DayZ. That's your DayZ buddy?
DayZ buddy. We do a lot of shooting and looting. Awesome. But I recently got Kate into DayZ, but we're hiding in a house at the moment, trying not to get killed. She logged out so I could go get her weapons and food. Oh yeah, John. This is the body paint episode. Oh, you'll see. Okay, so
that's what he's got new cameras for.
Yeah, I got all these new cameras. Same old cameras, but better mounts. They're on better mounts.
Yeah.
So no, trip was insane. There's no way to cover it in this episode of Livebrush. But I got to see gorillas in the wild, chimps in the wild. We got charged by a gorilla, a big silverback.
What?
Charged us. Yeah. Like heart stopping. We were both, we were with a group of people, but we were both like involuntarily, our bodies were like, we have to back up right now. We have to step back to get out of this. But we were taught not to run. So it was just one step. I couldn't keep my body from going one step.
Oh,
but this gorilla just came he must have covered like 20 feet in a second. Just charged down the path at us. Oh my God. I'm going to have to do a big post on social media. I usually don't do this with my trips, but man, I took thousands of photographs. I'm going to have to post some of them. Oh, we've already posted.
How thick was the safety glass?
There was none, dude. No, it was so thin, it wasn't even there. That's how thick it was.
It's the layer of humidity, right?
Oh my God. You know what? Let's pepper this episode with tales of this. But what are you working on? Before we
Dude,
get
I'm working on a comp, digital study for a 30 by 40 painting that I'm going to be working on.
Nice.
Here soon. What about you, man?
So but you're working digital.
Yeah.
You're cheating.
Yeah, I'm working digital in Photoshop. Absolutely, all the time. Cheat brush. Hashtag cheat brush.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm just gonna go freestyle. That's what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna do like a dragon or something. No ref, no nothing. Don't need it. Don't need any of that.
Did you get a new
Going.
camera on your easel?
I have the what's it called? The Logitech Brio.
Yeah.
It's the same one I did for the Dracula piece, but I don't know. I mean, with that restart I just did, it kind of saved it. It was effing up real good.
Yeah. Well,
I
looks
just want
good,
the
man.
chat to know that Kate is here.
Shut up.
She's commenting on everything that I say.
I'm just.
So Kate is
enjoying the
here.
stream.
Let me just get this straight.
She's here.
Okay.
Ray's getting it straight.
Kate is here, yet not here.
She's here but not here. Yeah.
Got it.
She's
Okay.
giving me guff, as we say in this household.
Here, but not interested enough to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it right. Here but not interested.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm
Here,
just,
but
yeah.
not
We just want to make sure.
That's what Ray said. Here but not interested. I think so. I think I'm gonna do a dragon, but I'm gonna scrub in some shapes and see if I can make something cool.
Well, that is exciting. I am looking forward to seeing that.
People can see how I bumble through compositions until I get it just right.
Dude,
Hey,
it is
it's
like,
oil paint. You can do whatever you want.
yeah, seriously. Well, also like, goes to show you how important planning is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you don't plan
Right,
anything
like-
out, good Lord, you're in a world of hurt. As Blaine would say,
Right?
you lose your shit here, you're in a world of hurt.
Who's it? Who Blaine or Bane?
Blaine, Predator. Everybody in the chat saying
Blaine-
hello,
Blaine-
Kate.
Hello.
She says hello back.
Chat.
Okay, yeah, so we were in the jungle, right? I mean, I don't know where the word jungle comes from, because it wasn't like the jungles in the movies. It was just a forest. It was like a regular forest when we were in Africa, when we were in Uganda. And I could not get the movie Predator out of my head. It was just constant.
Dude.
It was just in my head the whole time. I was keeping it to myself because I knew it was going to annoy everybody.
You were not keeping it to yourself.
I was not keeping it to myself. I tried to keep it to myself for most of the time, but then it came out eventually.
Yeah, but Predator is meant to share. And if you're
Yeah,
going to annoy
Predator is meant to be
people
shared.
in your group, if you're afraid of that, then you're with the wrong group.
I agree with you. So yeah, there's a lot of Predator quotes going on. It was mostly because we were tracking like chimps and gorillas. It was mostly that line.
Who are predators?
Who are predators? It was mostly that Billy line. It's like there's something out there tracking us. It ain't no man.
It ain't no man. Billy!
Bullshit. You ain't afraid of no man.
Billy! Dude went stripped naked and just let the predator take him.
Yeah. Well, I bet I think he gave. My impression
He
of
didn't
that
like-
scene is that Billy gave the predator a fight for a second there.
He didn't last a second. He screamed.
How dare you? We're talking about Billy here.
Dude, I know. But I'm like, what are you taking all of your armor and stuff off of?
That's true. He ditched his clothes armor, his clothing.
The
armor.
predator didn't get naked.
No,
Stripped down to his skivvies.
You know, this brings me to a point here that, you know, maybe the chat's going to get upset with me. But I feel like the Predator wasn't being very sportsmanlike. You know, he had all kinds of crazy stuff. He had like heat-seeking weapons or his like laser targeter stuff. It wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair fight. He wasn't like when Arnold's like, he didn't kill you because you weren't armed. No sport like that. He's not trying to be a sport. He's like cloaked. He's got all kinds of laser weapons. It's not fair. It's not a fair fight.
Yeah, he's like one of those like you hear stories super rich people going on safari and they pretty much like drug the animals.
Exactly. That's
right?
it.
He's one of those people.
He's like a billionaire from his planet, and he's just going.
He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire crypto bro. That's what he is.
He's a billionaire crypto bro from wherever he's from, and he's just trophy hunting. That's all he's doing. And everyone on his planet is like, "Come on, man, that's not a fair fight. It's like you basically shot the equivalent of a lion or an elephant with his space guns, and it'd stand a chance." He's a poacher. He's a poacher.
Well, there's one thing he couldn't. He didn't expect mud.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
Because shit.
He didn't
see anything.
He didn't expect an Austrian commando. That's what he didn't expect.
Who just came out of retirement.
He didn't calculate that. He did? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Wasn't he like not in the field?
Oh yeah. You mean Dutch? You mean Arnold's his character? Oh yeah. He's like, we don't do this kind of work or something. I don't know. But like, they're like rescue team or something. They're like non-violent. They don't go in and kill people. Apparently, I don't believe that for a second. With the efficiency that they all killed people, and with Billy being on the team, of course they go in and they kill people.
But I don't think that wasn't Dutch's. That's his name, right? Jeez, I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, Dutch.
That wasn't his team though. That was Carl Weathers' team.
No, the whole team was Dutch's team. With
what about Carl Weathers though?
No, his team was killed. His team was killed before he got there. See, he said, "Those are my men on that chopper."
Oh, why did he leave him there though?
I gotta adjust my camera here because I'm really high on the end. There we go. Why did who leave him? Carl Weathers?
What? Yeah.
Well, he didn't. He wasn't in there.
He sent
them in. He sent them in to get these. I don't know where they were. To get these.
Oh, because he was behind the desk. CIA's got you pushing too many pencils.
He was pushing too many pencils. So he wanted to go in. He wanted to go in there. Come on, dude. Did you even see Predator? Have you even seen it?
I did, but I wasn't like. I got confused. I thought so Carl Weathers was a guy who was basically just like coming out of retirement basically to go in active field.
Yeah,
not retirement,
exactly.
Coming from behind the best. He had no chance then.
I mean, he's basically coming from retirement. That's why he didn't. That's why he lasted like 2 seconds.
He lasted longer than Billy.
Well, maybe. I mean, timeline-wise, it seems like he might have died like just before Billy.
No way.
Yeah, because he's out there. He gets his arm taken off, and they hear him scream, and then Billy's on the like stump, and Billy throws his stuff down because he hears Carl Weathers scream after his arm comes off. But you know what? I'm with you on this because it seems hard to believe that Carl Weathers was going to have a hard time in this scenario. We're talking about Apollo Creed here.
And why
come on.
Right. Which I could go I want a prequel. That's what I want.
Yeah, I want a prequel where Carl Weathers has already killed like 500 predators. And he's just tired, right? He's just fatigued by the time the movie The Predator comes out because he's done so much predator killing. And that's why.
I would like to know if like the weapons like that they brought in some consultant today would be like, why would they bring that into a jungle? I don't even know.
You mean like a minigun that's usually mounted to a helicopter?
The minigun works, period, right?
Period. Easily used. You got it. Plus, it's Jesse the Body Ventura. I mean,
Right,
anyone's
that's
gonna
right.
carry
He
that.
and then who was Bill? God, what's his name?
Shane Black.
Not Shane Black. The other guy who died in the. Actually, the actor died.
Oh, recently,
But he
didn't
was
he?
also in.
He's in
yeah.
Commando.
He was a commando. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy who's like, I eat green berets for breakfast.
Well, no, was it
No. He said
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah. Schwarzenegger
He said
said
that
it,
to
but
him.
he was like, I'm a green
Did
beret.
you even watch Commando? Did you even watch Commando?
Yeah, I think I remember that one. It's the one with it's the one.
Alyssa Milano. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. John Matrix.
Matrix.
I remember.
Now that if that is not an '80s name,
I know.
what is.
I feel like there's like a quality control going on because you put Predator right next to Commando, and there's a quality control that John McTiernan was in charge of. I feel like he was like, we're not gonna have stupid names. There's none of the shenanigans that went on in Commando are gonna happen here.
Excuse you.
No, not excuse me. I'm talking real here.
The guy's name was Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch works. I mean, it should have been like Deutsch, you know.
So does John Matrix.
No offense to the Austrians out there listening or watching. I know that there's a
They're
difference
turned
between
off.
the Deutsch
They're not
and the
watching
Austrians.
anymore. It was the second shot across the Austrian bow. You know, they're done. They're fed up with it.
Never meant to offend.
So we got a
the
question here.
Austrians.
You're just going further east, right?
Yeah, there's something out there. It's fine. There'll be no record of this episode.
question-
So it's good.
Lord Honorable has a question for you. Are you using any solvents or medium to get that paint consistency?
I am not. No, I'm just scrubbing in very, very little paint. It's just like scumbling basically. There's not much paint on my brush.
Which are you using Geneva?
Yeah, I'm still using the Geneva stuff, but
All right.
I
It's a
tend
little
not to use
softer.
any.
Then
Yeah, it's pretty soft. I just tend not to use any solvents or dryers with this stuff. I just want to keep it safe the way that Mark has sort of designed it to be.
yeah. So not
I
too
keep
much
it-
medium.
And
Kind of
with
dry.
My new camera setup, I keep hitting my camera, so we're getting some high quality shaky video here for you guys. It's like Blair Witch Project.
I sneeze on mines and it's like I blow the the entire.
You move the air in the room.
Yeah.
There we go. It's just like it's sort of right near my hand, and I keep passing through and smacking it. So yeah, I don't.
All right.
I'm just scumbling and barely any paint on the brush.
Point of that, for those who don't know, the point of that is so that it could dry fast and it could paint over it.
Yeah, that's my intention. Because if there was too much paint on the brush, then it would all start lifting up as I start to paint into this, and that's going to be frustrating.
Yeah. You know, I was finishing up a painting today, and I started to.
I'm scumbling.
Oh, that painting that I showed you.
Did you hear that? Did you? Kate's
What?
got commentary coming back in, but she can't hear what you're saying, but she's just saying stuff. Anyways,
You
go
know
on,
what?
go on. She said every day she's
more than
scumbling.
welcome to. No. We're not doing the telephone thing.
Racer, we're
If
not
she
doing
wants to
telephone. I
communicate,
can't convey.
she has
your
the.
comments.
She has.
Well, then
I have full confidence in Kate to be able to know how to communicate with me on the show. She's done it so many times. She could just hang out. Does she want to hang out? That's fine.
No,
Come on in.
but I interrupted you. What were you saying? Well, let's bring it back.
I forgot.
Oh, great! Come on, chat. What was he saying?
What did I say? Oh, so I was painting on this painting, finishing
Yeah,
this
yeah.
painting up, right? the one I showed you, and I found myself making brushstrokes in the way that I make digital brushstrokes. Isn't that weird?
No way.
I was moving my brush. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Like if I want a tile of paint, I kind of make like a little circle when I paint digitally. And I was doing that with a little brush on my painting. And it came out fine. I was just kind of shocked that I was doing that.
Dude, when I try,
I didn't even notice that I was doing
do
it,
anything
you know?
close to that, it's a complete mess because it's when I try to paint the way I paint I paint so differently. It's just nothing good happens.
Right. Now I'm with you. I'm with you on that. You know, I think it worked because the paint was not crazy thick, and it was like my third pass over an area. So this was like, but if it was my first, I don't think it would work. You know, it's the way paint is, right? You got to kind of build it up and
Yeah. All right.
hit it with different stuff.
Especially if you're trying to layer things out.
What was that?
If you're trying to layer things out, you got to paint a very different way.
Right. Or even like alla prima, like if you wanted to add like a super thick paint, it's usually at the end when you know that like you have the value set up and you know you don't have to go over it.
Yeah, and you want that sort of chunkiness out of it.
Right. So, yeah. And so like that's where like digital is so easy because you can get pretty bold, put something in, and then paint it right back out instantly. You're not going to have to deal with any physical buildup of actual paint, and that's what makes it way more manageable in that respect.
I've been missing that a lot lately. I think we talked about this maybe on the last one, but I've been missing that digital experience really bad because I've been doing a lot more traditional stuff. And
right.
I did a few pieces recently where I was just like, I want to just paint like I used to paint. So I went traditional. I mean, I went digital, and it was, oh man, it was just a joy. I think I'm going to do more. I'm going to bring that back. I mean, I know I'll miss the originals and all that, but man, I got to bring that joy of working back into my process.
I really enjoy working digitally. I don't do it a lot, on the show, but I do it, and I'm doing it more and more because I could just design so much better.
Yeah, you can. It's just so forgiving. You can do so many quick shifts.
Yeah, and I could basically, I mean, for me, I've been experimenting like you've seen before, with like doing comps digitally and then just using that as a template for my oil paintings. And if you prepare it properly, it's really fun to do it. It's just it's a really nice way of painting because it's just I know it's going to work out because it looks fine, and I know how to mix that paint. I know how to mix it up. I know how to mix like the color that I want out of it, and so you could just focus on that. But for more gallery oriented stuff. I mean, for illustration stuff, I would still have to everything would have to be much more tighter, of course.
Yeah, it always
So
does.
it might be a little bit more difficult.
You can't often get away with I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you're like Greg Manchis or something, you've already established like a really loose style.
Yeah, and he's very graphic
And
too.
it's graphic,
I realize that more and more now. Yeah, it's really just like really clean, clear shapes.
He's carving out those shapes.
Yeah, like big time. Which you don't have to be. I think that's one of the hard things when switching over to gallery painting that some painters have is that they're so used to doing that that everything's clear and clear, and it looks almost a little garish in a gallery setting. I mean, Greg does it right, but like like I know I've had that run into that problem early on, where it looks like it's like made for print. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. I used to get
Yeah.
that. Remember, I get that criticism from Zhao Ming all the time, like too illustration. He kept telling me like stuff with too illustration.
What does he know?
What? And it's talking about Zhao Ming. What the hell did you see now? You know, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
You don't know. Where did he go to school? I don't know.
Oh man, I didn't. But back then in school, like I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I was like, what does too illustration mean? But
Yeah,
I know now. I know now.
Well, it was pretty cryptic. I mean, yeah, we know now a lot of the stuff that wasn't really meant for our ears at that point. Like we just didn't understand it. Our comprehension level, we didn't have enough painting under our belt to really fully grasp what he was talking about. It's pretty advanced stuff. Deathly Defiant said, "What did he mean by too much illustration or too illustration?"
Yeah, I mean, what he was talking about was it was essentially too tight. Like I was rendering out everything instead of letting, especially the way Zhao Ming paints, instead of letting certain areas fall out of focus, or it was, his specific feedback was that I wasn't allowing for edge control. I was just rendering everything really, really tight. And when you allow for edge control like Zhao Ming does in such an amazing way, you can really control how you pull focus.
Right.
Which is, and ultimately, it's something I do now. And after that lesson, I started doing it pretty quickly, pushing edge control into everything. It becomes really nice in illustration because you can force the viewer to look a certain way. Of course, you're going to have some clients that are like, oh, we want everything to be really like hyper rendered. And then it becomes a little bit of a battle with those particular clients. But you just kind of, at some point, you have to just stand your ground and say, like, this is how I render things. And just, I don't know, hold your ground.
Yeah. Also, that's I mean, like edges and stuff like that. That's a hard concept to learn when you're just learning how to paint too. Like it's not easy.
Yeah, it's the next step, right? Like you got to learn how to paint, and then you can talk about edges and edge control.
Right. And it's not like, yeah, it's also, it's emphasis is huge, and thinking through like what is the point of emphasis you want, and then building a painting off of like making sure your painting has a hierarchy of sorts in that emphasis, where you're emphasizing the information in one area, and then simplifying it in another. I mean, that's hard. Editing, that's not easy, and it only gets more difficult as you trying to do more complicated things.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like, when you look at these like paintings in the museum, super complicated paintings, even the most complicated figurative paintings, it's just really solid shape design, and emphasis. Like it's like you were talking about with edges, and like, how do you simplify it down so that the viewer's not looking at everything equally?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what also like too much illustration meant.
That was it, right?
Chair. I'm gonna, so it's like equal emphasis, but that's hard because it doesn't make any sense to someone who's like, well, you wanted me to paint it, I'm going to paint it. It's all about eyes too.
Yeah, it took me a sec to get it, right? That's exactly what he meant, right? It was all about, you're not emphasizing anything. You're just painting everything equally. And that's not helpful to the viewer. Once I grasped that, it took a while. But I think it took. I don't know.
Took
That was
everyone a
that
while,
head portrait painting class with Zhao Ming that we had. Were you in that one? Maybe I was in it with Bryce or something.
Yeah,
But
I was right next to you. We
you
talked
were right
all the
next to me?
time.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
I was confusing it with like Bill's head drawing class.
Yeah, I'm offended. Put Kate on. I'm done with this.
Ray's done. He's out. Oh, here we go, folks.
Yeah,
I don't like what I did. I'm wiping it off.
What are you
Just a
wiping
little
off?
bit. Just a little bit. Just a little area of sky that didn't like.
So this month, while you're away, I don't know, looking at, interacting, connecting with gorillas and chimpanzees and staring in the face of
Whatever.
evolution, whatever. I was catching up on all the shows that my backlog.
That I'm still behind on. Right?
Yeah. I caught up on everything. Did we talk about Moon Knight?
No, I haven't seen that either. Damn. How is it?
Dude, you should watch it. It's worth it.
I finally saw
I'm a Moon Knight fan.
Doctor Strange.
So did I. Yeah.
And it was awesome. It was bananas. It was totally Sam Raimi.
It's totally Sam
It was
Raimi.
everything
And like,
Sam
if you
Raimi.
don't like Sam Raimi, you're going to hate
Oh,
Doctor
yeah.
Strange.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, if you don't like Sam Raimi, it's going to hurt to watch this.
It is going to hurt. It is going to hurt. Yes. For sure. It is.
Like, it even had Evil
So-
Ash in it.
Yeah. It's so schlocky. I really loved it. It felt like a comic book, like an old school comic book. But,
Yeah. It had all
you
of
know.
his sort of classic hallmarks and weirdness, and there's just everything I wanted to see.
I would have cut out the Bruce Campbell scenes because I thought they were
That's
useless.
crazy. That's crazy.
But that's
What are you
sorry,
talking
but
about?
that's Sam
You're gonna
Raimi for
cut
you.
out the Bruce
You gotta-
Campbell
right?
scenes.
it's just like what do you need him for?
He's in all
But he's
of
gotta show
his
up.
movies. I'm sure
know,
the
but
car.
nobody
I'm
cares
sure the
about that.
car was in there somewhere too.
You sure the where?
The car. The one thing that always shows up in Sam Raimi movies is Bruce Campbell and the car from Evil Dead. It's always shows up. And in fact, Bruce Campbell says he's got like a mission to destroy the original of that particular car because he had a hard time filming the original movie.
No one. Yeah, I don't know how many today's people really care that Bruce Campbell's got to be in it.
Well, it's for
But
us.
That's
It's
what I
not for
love.
them.
That's what I love about it, though. That being said, it's useless. I know what it is. It's useless, right? Didn't even write a good part. It was just this. It was like, it almost went into Spider-Man 3 territory with me with that part. I just wish this part was less schlockier.
Yeah, I mean, it was an extras part, and they gave it to Bruce Campbell for sure.
An extras part that they gave like 7 pages of dialogue with.
Well, yeah,
Too much.
it would have been like originally. It probably would have been an extra, and then they juiced it up.
No, the only reason why they only filmed that narratively doesn't make any sense. Right? It was only there to have Bruce Campbell. They wrote him that scene.
Well, I mean, I feel like no, yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. It didn't really make sense to have the scene at all.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's
I was trying to think
Like,
like
I got
what were they demonstrating plot wise, and nothing other than Doctor Strange can cast spells, and we knew that already. So
They were talking about pizza.
was that
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, but I loved it. And they threw everything at it, and it was like, my God, this was. Nobody told Sam Raimi that it's a what do you do with Doctor Strange? He's kind of a goofy guy too, like.
Well, it was sort of like
Um,
what Taika did with Thor. It's like these guys are kind of goofy. Let's just goof them up. Like we're done.
Yeah.
We had all of our seriousness with Endgame and all that and Thanos. Now let's just get goofy. It's goofy time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. It was Sam Raimi goofy too, which is like, he's that friend in that like you love hanging out with, but that some of your other friends think he's the most annoying person.
Yeah, it's that
right?
style,
And it's
right?
just
He has
like
that
he's
particular-
really cool, guys. Like he's really cool. You just got to give him a chance. That's
Yeah.
Sam Raimi to me, and it's
That-
just like,
that's him
and
to
sometimes
me
he
too.
goes a little overboard.
He's sort
It's
of
like
he
he
took,
really didn't.
he took like a style of a really old hokey style of movie making, and that's kind of how he established himself. But then it became his particular look.
Right. I just he hasn't has he made any movies before that? What was the last movie he made before that?
God, I don't know. Someone in the chat will find out. Spider-Man 3?
I don't know. Like, right? I mean,
I know it made Drag Me to Hell, but I don't know if that was after Spider-Man 3 or before. And that was good.
there were certain things in that movie. There we go. Monkey House. Yeah. Said, Doctor Strange is let's see, a Marvel movie that would that would have benefited from a slightly smaller scope. I think it was really at best when it wasn't all big CGI fights. Yes. Yeah, like.
Well, and can we talk about Wanda's like horrible motivations? Like that was dumb.
Yeah. Did you watch WandaVision?
I did, and her motivations were different. So
Yeah.
they didn't even bother to recognize it.
Well, I just think that like it was like she already came to terms with the fact that her kids were made up.
Well, yeah, and her motivations weren't even about the kids in the show. It was about Vision, and they were like, we don't want to talk about Vision because then we'll have to pay that actor to be in this." I don't know why he wasn't.
Yeah, but I thought they resolved everything in WandaVision.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, they needed a villain. I can see why, but it was just very very crowbarred in.
Doctor Strange has so many villains.
I know, but they can't introduce a new
pick
villain,
one.
right? They got to use one they've already used.
Why not?
Because I don't know,
Why
exposition, I guess.
Why not? Like, it could just be something goofy. It could just be something small and like really cerebral, But I'm gonna go off on my like little like. It's okay. It's okay. Like it's not. It's fine. It's fine. It was a serviceable movie for sure. I'm super stoked that people were into Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah,
like I'm still at that point.
We're not saying we didn't. I loved it. We're just getting into the nuts and bolts here. That's fine.
Yeah. I just think that like, the Wanda didn't make any sense.
No.
I liked that they pulled like those really goofy monsters it was like a Shumagorath or something like that. I forgot what the
like copy and paste skull monster thing.
Yeah, I like that. I liked how goofy, because that's like, okay, that's really weird, goofy stuff. Cool. Like I like that. Yeah, it was fine. It's just there's certain things I'm like, yeah, that was an expensive shot, and did you really need it? Did you really need to tell it like that? There were some times like I was like, Sam, are you blowing money? Because
Hey,
you have to spend it.
He's got a history of doing so. Evil Dead 2.
He's got a history of what, like of going over budget, like just blowing money
going
left
way
and
over
right.
budget.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I mean, you
So
got to
I
read
know that.
Bruce Campbell's
I mean-
autobiography of Chinska Kill.
Only if you'll
Only I
only if I get like a personalized copy. Only if I get a personalized copy where he signs it. The guy from Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I mean,
I got 2 copies. I got one signed and one unsigned, so you can have the unsigned one.
yeah.
How about that?
All right. There you go. Like Mike House said, they could have just as easily introduced an extroversial Wanda as the villain. Yeah. And retained the original Wanda as a hero. So dumb. Yeah. They kind of wasted her.
Well, and there's a lot.
They
I mean, I guess you
did.
could make the argument that they did, right? Like, it very easily could have been Wanda from outside the multiverse.
No, it was pretty much established that it was her, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because
it
at
could
the
have
end
been
of
like,
WandaVision,
it's like a
in the
Rick
in
and
the
Morty
scenes,
scenario where it could have just been slightly off.
I think it was the actual one.
No, I do too. I'm just
Because
saying
at the end
someone could make the retcon argument that it wasn't.
Dude, you could do anything. Listen, I watched. Okay, I will catch you up on what I watched.
Okay,
This
yeah,
gets
tell me.
me directly into this. Okay, because when we start talking like this, it reminds me of. All right, so I watched
What's it remind you
that. I watched. I've caught up with The Boys.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. I caught up with Stranger Things.
Nice.
You haven't seen it, but I
haven't yet. I mean, I've seen
and then
like
third.
3 episodes of the 4th season.
Well, and so, and you had asked me like, man, I can't work like that, like with something on. And I said the thing that I watched, the last thing I watched though, I did work with on because it didn't really matter. It didn't require me to pay, have full attention. I could pay attention 5% of the time. Be totally fine.
Here we go. What is it?
Star Trek Picard season 2.
I didn't even see season 1. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
I saw part of season 1 and I bounced so hard I couldn't do it. All right.
You want to talk about not care? Like
give
we
it
talk
to me.
about like retconning, like it's just whatever. Like you could
No.
retcon to the point where you just destroy the actual. I don't know. Like so I watched this. Full disclosure, Tyler introduced me to Red Letter Media. I love them. Love those guys.
No, me. You meant me, not
they're
those
really
guys.
entertaining.
You meant me.
No, those guys. I love them more. I would say I love them more, for sure. And so, yeah. So I watched Picard the whole thing before I watched the review, and they said exactly what. To sum it up, basically, it's like it was written by people who haven't watched Star Trek.
Oh God.
And it's not like you have to have a bunch of. You don't have to have a shot-for-shot recreation of anything, but it's just they just. Oh my God, the
I'm gonna have
plot,
such a hard
like.
time.
Oh. It was really bad. So I mean, like. Yeah. Well, I'll wrap up about Doctor Strange. Jacob said, Wanda under the rubble with Xavier trying to help her brought to my mind the Deadite grandma and the cellar from Evil Dead 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a good
totally.
point. I totally forgot about that. And one thing I
did
Red
enjoy
Letter Meter
the
talked
Xavier
about
stuff.
the yeah, I loved all of it. I loved all of it. I'm watching it a second time. It's so schlocky. And it's this is it was like watching a 90s cartoon.
Yeah, it was killer.
And
They
it-
did a good job.
And I was just like, sure, let's do it. Better it was better than Eternals. I was getting a little worried
Yeah. I mean,
Eternals was a
Eternals was
beautiful
nothing.
movie
was it?
that was a pile of garbage.
Yeah, it was. And I don't want to turn this into like a let's shit on every movie.
No, we're not.
Twitch
We're just
show.
having fun, man.
But yeah, man, talk about a miss with Eternals. I don't even know what was going on there. Sorry to
don't know.
people that worked on it. I'm sure you worked really hard and everything. But what the fuck?
The artist that we know that worked on it did an incredible job. I thought it was beautiful.
Absolutely. I mean, the
Those movies
design
don't-
work was amazing. Everything was fantastic.
Do they still shoot because I know the Marvel movies. I didn't know this until I heard a review. I saw a review actually on Red Letter Media on the Scarlet Witch movie that they film the action sequence separate from it's a different director and everything.
Oh, really? So like it's unit directors then.
Yeah,
That would make sense. That makes sense.
and that's just the way they do things.
Not a good approach, I guess, but I assume if they
Oh my
want
God,
to,
it's
if Disney wants a very particular and consistent look for action, then they would do unit directors for that.
but you don't think that would like be an issue when it comes to continuity issues?
I think it
like
is from
movie
you know,
flow, or
I'm sure there are certain directors that would never work in that scenario, but what are you gonna do?
yeah. I don't think I wonder. I don't think I don't. Maybe I wonder if Sam Raimi had to.
I
Some of
feel
those
like
fights
he didn't,
don't.
man.
I don't think they did. Yeah, it seems really stylistically him.
Yeah, I don't think he let that go. I think for his in his case, he was probably like, hell no, we're doing my weird shit or nothing, all the way.
It's like, yeah, like this. Remember the Strange at the end? Spoilers, by the way, everyone.
Oh yeah, sorry everybody, but
haven't watched
you
this.
know what? Too late.
Sorry. It's just, it's fun. If you have Disney Plus, go watch it. I mean,
because we're about to
yeah.
spoil it.
Yeah. Yeah, no more prequels. Move the timeline forward. Yeah, I agree, Monkey House. And also, Eternals would have benefited from being a show. It needed way more time to develop the story. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
And there was no reason to have a cast like that either.
Well, why aren't they? Before you go to your spoilers, why isn't Disney doing that? Why aren't they investing time in the shows to build these characters up and then give them a motion picture? It seems like the right way to go.
I think it would be a perfect test bed.
Yeah, if
in my
people like
opinion.
it, like Moon Knight, people loved him. Well, now we can throw him into a movie.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I'm all for it. Like it feels like they're just trying to stave back the inevitable, which is no one's going to care about superheroes again, and we're going to go into the dark days.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be that people won't care about the superheroes, but it'll be that there's too high a gate to entry. Like to figure out what the hell's going on, you have to watch 25 movies. That's impossible. So, I mean, how do you deal with that amount of fan loss?
Will they lose fans though, or will they just entrench their own, like just keep them like Star Wars does?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they might have to sit on a fan base.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Chris Khan said that I remember hearing that specifically about Black Widow, that where the action scenes were filmed like a year before they even made a script for the Black Widow movie.
Kidding. I gotta say though that there was a lot of that movie that I liked.
Yeah, I like a lot of the dramatic scenes. I thought the action scenes were like, some of them were so like, you're definitely behind a green screen, and this does not need to be this.
Yeah, or like, oh, that's not even you. That's like a digital recreation of you, and the camera's way too close, and I can really see it.
And I really wish it was just. I thought it was going to be like the Bourne series movie, but with Black Widow, which I would have been totally down for.
Yeah, I liked all the Russian stuff. I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I love David Hayter as like the Crimson, the Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Like I love his scenes. Like. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
Was that Crimson Guardian or Dynamo or whatever the hell they called
it?
it?
No, the red. I think it's the Red Guardian.
I loved it. That stuff was so good.
Crimson Dynamo is the other Russian. He's the Russian Iron Man.
That's right.
Get it right, Tyler. Get it right.
I don't know. Shit, I'm not coming from a place where I know any of these comic characters.
Yeah, and they also I agree, Chris again, they wasted Taskmaster.
Yeah, it was an interesting, I guess, angle they were going for, but it was kind of a waste.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a waste. What a shame. What a shame, but whatever. And it should have came out before Endgame.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, what the hell are you gonna do? It's such a big deal.
But yeah,
Put so much into Endgame.
yeah, they did. They put everything. I mean, I'm glad they're. I think Endgame also blew it up for them, where they're rejuvenated everything. I mean, like they are resetting everything. Like it's a different tone. All the movies that have followed have been pretty different.
Yeah,
in tone.
they've gone almost like, I don't know, silly, or I just
Lighthearted, yeah.
yeah, which is fine. It's hard to beat the stakes that they'd established for Endgame and Infinity War, so might as well go a little
Yeah.
silly.
Well, they just. I think also they're stylistically speaking, the Spider-Man films. I think a lot of them are taking nods from that, and also like you were saying, what Thor's doing and things like that, and like getting a little bit more comedic with it, and so yeah, you just gotta be careful with it. I think Eternals stylistically felt like it was still part of the end game, but nobody cares
Yeah,
about those
yeah.
characters.
Speaking of that, did you see Spider-Man, the multiverse
Yeah.
Spider-Man? It was so good. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
It was
And
great.
I think the overall plot didn't make any sense, but the characters were like Andrew Garfield. That was like one of his best performances. He brought it all the way.
Yeah, he brought it, man. He brought it. He brought the acting chops. I'm like hell yeah, man. He almost stole it. He made Tobey Maguire look like
I
a
think
robot.
he did. I think he stole it. He might have even stolen it from Holland.
Yeah, I like it. I'm like, good for him, man. It's like that was his like. You see, it wasn't me. I was the reason why those films sucked.
Yeah. And it's also like,
Maybe-
I mean, Zendaya was in it, but she's like wasted in those Spider-Man movies. She's so incredible. And they just kind of just like, oh, she has to do these movies. Unfortunately, I guess contractually bound to do them.
Who's Zendaya?
MJ.
Oh yeah.
MJ, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
She's
Yeah.
just really, really good actor, and she's wasted in those films.
I mean, it is a Marvel movie, too, But yes, I know what you mean, and it's also, yeah. I think her comedic timing is really good.
That's true. I'll give her that. Yeah.
The first Spider-Man, I think it was, her being who she was. I think it was great. Yeah, there's not much for her to do past. I'm glad like they kind of just looks like they're getting rid of the Mary Jane character for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm not saying she was bad in them. It's just there's nothing for her to do, and she's
Yeah,
such
there's
a
nothing for her to do.
good she's
You're
such a
right.
good actor.
You're right.
It's like,
And
oh,
And I'm glad it almost feels like they realized that and they were like, yeah, you know what, we're good. We're
Yeah.
not gonna let's not dwell on this and let's just start anew.
we're
And
not
I'm
going to
fine-
push
I'm
this.
fine with all
We're not going
that.
to push it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really liked all the Spider-Mans, especially the second one was really well done. First one, they were great. Michael Keaton.
Oh man, yeah,
You
you
know,
can't beat Michael Keaton.
I mean, yeah. So, you haven't watched Moon Knight though.
No, I haven't.
Have you watched one episode of it?
Nothing. But Ethan Hawke's like the villain in that, right?
Yes, in a way he is.
In a way.
Yes, he
Okay.
is.
I'm not gonna. Let's not even talk about it because I don't know. I'm out of my element here.
All right.
I want to watch
right.
it. I want to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
it before we talk about it.
Okay.
So shut up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Monkey said I really thought they were gonna do Taskmaster back in Agents of Shield way back when. Yeah, I thought so too. They did Deathlock. It's just that Agents of Shield. What could have been?
I barely watched any of that. I wasn't. I
Dude,
wasn't about to.
that's another. That was like a Picard thing with me. I just had it on in the background. I'm
Is
sure
it-
there are new episodes, but I just
Anything good in it?
it's a lot of schlock. There's some good stuff here and there, but no, I wouldn't. I mean, it's like it's standard. It's today's. It's contemporary network television
Yeah.
action TV series type of writing. It's like Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there's aspects of Discovery that I really liked, even though I didn't watch all of it. But
It's just the writing on like. I haven't watched. It's just. I don't understand the stylistic. There's certain things like Picard, for instance. We'll talk about the first season. Okay.
yeah, I only saw a little of that, but yeah, that's where I bounced.
It's so there was like a little. It was a bunch of like little ideas that could have been awesome. But like it's so. It's just the plot doesn't make any sense. If that makes like how they go about solving the characters go about solving problems, it's like, are these people idiots? Like, and the story doesn't even serve the plot a lot of the times. Like, why did you have to get into this fight? Well, because it'd make a cool action scene.
Yeah.
You could hear it. Like,
It's built
oh,
around
wouldn't this be a great
sequences.
action scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like. Well, I mean, do people still want that? Like, have they not seen past that? Like, that's.
I don't think people do, but it's still. It's almost.
I mean,
like,
the
how do we
second season
justify
was
the
even
budget
worse,
on this?
It's even worse. They doubled down on it, and it's like I think the wrong people are writing for it. But I'm like, it made me feel like I was watching that. It's just like I came to the same conclusion with Star Wars, with the Star Wars movies. It's like it's over, it's done, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I had my fun. Here you go. I'm walking.
No,
Like
I agree.
if something good comes around, I'm good to go. But like. It's a lot of schlock. Like it was like, oh my God, what a mess. We just like, how did we get here? Like moment Rise of Skywalker. Spoilers, everyone. We're like, where they were like,
we going down.
it was like they're here. Yeah, I know, but it's like we're here, they're here. It's like who's here? Everyone.
Yeah.
The wall starships.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh my God.
Right. That's.
I mean, that's just another sequence choice, right?
Say that again. Sorry.
That's like another sequence. Like we have to have a sequence here. Let's do it.
Yeah, and like, well, that was the moment where I was like, how did we get? I mean, what happened, guys? Like, folks, you had a built-in fan base
I know you just
with
give it
low
to them.
expectations.
Just keep giving it to them, and they'll be fine.
It's just
You-
they had a
You know what they
low
want.
expectations.
We all know what they want.
I just I don't know. I feel like there's like a small group of really influential people. It's
Yeah.
very conspiracy theory-esque.
No, I
but
think it's
in Disney
true though
that
for Hollywood.
will mess up. Like you could tell when they dip their fingers into something. Like the first season of The Mandalorian versus the second season of The Mandalorian, I was getting like, who was in the right? Who was hanging around here? It's that group of people again, or those three. Who's
It was
sending
like-
notes now?
It was like, is John Peters in here? Did he come in here?
Yeah, exactly.
Did he get into
exactly? Yeah, there were certain scenes that was just like, or certain like, and The Mandalorian, relatively speaking, came out fairly unscathed when you think about it. 'Cause I haven't watched Boba Fett, but I'm hearing it's not great. Especially people in this chat told me like it's rough.
I didn't like the first season. No, sorry, I didn't like the second season at all of The Mandalorian.
I don't remember it. Is that bad? Like I don't remember it, but I remember the first season.
That's bad for a show, yeah.
Yeah. I like
I
aspects of it, but I'm to the point now. Like I just came out of like I'll tell an analogy. Like there's if you watch Red Letter Media, Half in the Bag on Obi-Wan. Watch
oh man,
Obi-Wan and then just watch
I haven't
the
watched Obi
first
Wan yet.
thing.
I'm afraid to.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not gonna talk about it. Oh, well, that will
You know what?
actually.
Talk about it. Who cares? Just talk about it.
Okay. So Obi-Wan, it's not good. It's just not good. But like it's like what'd you expect? It's
Yeah.
there's certain things that are, but it's just a couple of plot. There things we could talk about it when you actually watch it because it's like I'm like we can't guys we can't be that lazy, right? Like that type of thing. But Half in the Bag, Rich and Mike had just finished doing Picard.
Oh boy.
Okay, and they were talking about how much they actually liked Obi-Wan, and in the comments, all the commenters were like Jay was like, "You what? You guys are okay with that?" And it was because they had all the commenters were saying like they'd been tortured so long and so much by Picard that they were basically fooled into believing that like Obi-Wan was good because their expectations were so low, and it's
Yeah, it's
super
like
true.
the
Like,
juxtaposition of it.
yeah, so like, okay, compared to Picard, yeah, for sure, like 100% watch that over Picard season 2 because it's Picard season 2 is there were certain times I was like, I don't want to finish this, man. This is like unwatchable. Like,
Oh no,
what are we doing?
this is
What are
such a
we doing?
bad sign. It's such a terrible thing for me to hear. But I guess it's expected. You know, Star Trek's been ratings have been good, so they're like, oh, let's go back.
Yeah, yeah, totally, and it's fine. It's like it's not for me. That's what I'm thinking. Like now, it's like you know what, the stuff's
I
not for
mean,
me.
that's what I felt about the TNG movies. You know, they just weren't for me. It's one of my favorite shows ever, and the movies just weren't for me. They were just terrible. In my view, maybe someone liked them, but I didn't.
Yeah, they were at least entertaining.
Yeah,
They were
I'll give them that.
entertaining as for people who didn't watch, who weren't in the know about, like, or weren't up to date with the show, right? It was a fine balance between that. Like,
Sure.
this is not the movie stylistically, or this is the worst of how the movies got.
Or it's
Plus,
wait.
like,
Well, the show was like this is the worst. This is like the worst of the episodes.
yeah, like when you pieced out on Picard, I thought the first season was better than the second season of Picard, by far.
Okay.
And I thought the first season was like, oh God, you know. But yeah, yeah, it's like what did, yeah. How did we get here? There's got to be other people that could write this. But if the ratings are fine, the ratings are fine, you know. So I'm watching Strange New Worlds. I watched a couple of. I had those in the background when I was the Captain Pike series.
Yeah.
It's actually much more watchable than Picard, and you could tell because it's like, these characters they're not really that important. We don't have to have so many hands on deck when we're dealing with like Patrick Stewart. Like
Yeah. Too many hands on deck. Yeah.
it's just like he's 81 years old, not going to be ageist about this whole thing. But it's just like I'm thinking, like, man, he really sounds weak. He's old, man. Like
It
it's
was
just
everything
like,
I didn't
why did
want
we
to
bring him
see.
back?
Yeah, it was everything I didn't want to see about his character.
Yeah, it's like this is rough, man. It's just rough. It really is. I don't know. It just made me sad. It's just like you don't need to. So in my mind, it's like this is not even the universe that my Star Trek TNG. It's a different multiverse, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's probably how I was gonna see it, anyways. Like, I don't want to.
And
This
if you
isn't
like
my
it,
Star Trek.
yeah, if you like it, great. It's called entertainment. If you were entertained, perfect.
I was
You
was
know?
hoping that they were gonna go back to the formula, right? You know, the original Star Trek formula was, let's get the best sci-fi writers of the time to write these shows. They
Yeah.
could have done that now. They could have got all the best sci-fi writers to come in and write episodes.
That is true. Now, and this was the time before the television execs, you know,
Yeah, of course.
like, and also you know, I think a lot of it is like, where did Alex Kurtzman come from? The J.J. Abrams camp?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Not sure.
because it's all very J.J. Abramsy, like.
Yeah, I mean that's
Lens
all
flares
Star
and stuff
Trek
like
now.
that.
Is they you know, the Abrams movie did well and it was good. I thought it was good. But
Yeah,
that became
yeah.
that's like, well, this is what Star Trek has to look like now, even though it's a completely different universe and timeline.
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
I
okay,
don't
if that's
know.
what this
It's-
timeline looks like, that's great. But Deep Space Nine and TNG can't look like this because that's not the look of the universe.
I know. Well, you know what? It's just like no one cares. The people that are watching this, it doesn't matter anymore. They're corporate
Yeah.
properties, and it really feels like it. They've always been, but like, you know, it's over, Tyler. It's over. Yeah. One day our generation will die out, and no one will care.
Exactly. No, that's true. That's true.
But it's
We're like-
it's just bad
we're like-
because it could be better. We see the potential in it.
Yeah.
And we know that there are people that are fully capable of executing that. But they're being hamstrung by, you know, I think people who are misinterpreting what makes a successful series. But what is success, right? I mean,
I think
we're
that's
also talking about streaming services here.
I think you put it better than I was able to. That was kind of what I was thinking. It's like we have examples of how this can be done. You know, Ronald D. Moore, Battlestar Galactica. Like we have examples of how it can be done right.
Well, I think also that people who are that good, you know, another way of thinking about it too is like, why would they want to work on Star Trek when they could just pitch their own show
Yeah, that's true.
and it
That's
get
true.
picked up by Amazon or whatever?
Why work on
That's
a
another way of
franchise?
looking at it too. Right? Why? Why not? Like that's like they all got into the, you know. It's also could be like you got into the business so that you can write and, you know, create your own things and run those as shows. So, you know, who cares?
This kind of segues into probably what did happen is because I'd mentioned Ronald D. Moore, and he has a show right now on Apple TV called For All Mankind, and it's
Yeah.
super good. It's like some of the best sci-fi going on, and it's just like alternate history stuff about the Apollo program, but it's so much fun. There's so much cool stuff going on in it.
I watched the first season.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm almost finished with the first season, and I know it gets even better after that.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, you know, because you need good. It also is just showing you like, two things. Alec Hamilton said Boba is Mando season 2.5. That's not a good sign. And Lord Dornable said, "Wait, you didn't like it when Worf shouted assimilate this, Tyler?"
Do you want me to get into
That's
Star Trek
so
First Contact? Do you want me to break down Star Trek First Contact? Because I'll do it.
It's incredible.
It's not incredible.
It's
I'm
awesome.
totally not with these. In the beginning of that movie, Worf is ready to kill himself. by flying the Defiant in on a suicide mission. And then later in the movie, they're like, who can we get to run a suicide mission to kill the Borg? And Worf is standing there, and no one even looks at him.
Yeah, the Defiant wouldn't have gone down like that either. Which is, but like, I watched that before and after I became a crazy Deep Space Nine fan, and I was like, "Excuse me, the Defiant took 2 hits and that was it. Give me a break."
Yeah, I know. It was like, it was out of commission after 2 hits. I was like, you guys, that's the wrong ship. That can't be the Defiant.
No, I don't think so. I just, that's another thing. I'm done. I'm done watching series where the Borg is the enemy.
All right. Why is this?
I don't even.
Oh
care.
wait, that's right.
Because I don't care about the Borg anymore.
They're in Picard. I forgot.
They're everywhere in Picard, as if Picard had nothing else to do with other than
in his
the
whole
Borg.
life. Yeah. Not like,
Horrible.
Not some
Horrible.
of his like great enemies, like Moriarty. I thought if they were going to do a show, they should have done the Moriarty show or Q. I mean, I know Q's in the 2nd season, but I don't want to know. I actually don't want to know about Q. Don't tell me about Q.
Well, you're making me want to talk about the 2nd season.
No, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how bad like
All right.
Star Trek fucking Nemesis was.
I don't remember Nemesis. I don't want to go back and watch those movies.
I wouldn't.
Like Insurrection and Nemesis. I'm good.
I wouldn't do it. But
And
the only thing I'll say is, and I think anytime I mention Nemesis, this is just how I sum up the whole movie for anybody who's interested. Nemesis it assumes the audience is so dumb that when they show young Patrick Stewart when he's at the Starfleet Academy, even though we've seen him in Tapestry, the 6th season episode Tapestry at Star Trek Academy, he has hair in that scene in the episode. In the movie, he's bald because the audience is so dumb they won't be able to figure out that it's Patrick Stewart if the younger version of him is not bald. And it's Tom Hardy. It's a bald Tom Hardy
You're kidding me.
as young Patrick
Now
Stewart.
I have to go. I did not know that. Oh my god. Okay, so I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I'll
And
have
it's
it on
the
the
same.
background.
It's
I'll have
like
it in
the
the
same space, like glittery, holographic, like rainbow space photograph edging that they have in Star Trek Generations when he's looking at his old French family photo album, and all the edges are like holographic foil, as you would, because it's in space
I totally
and it's the
forgot about
future.
that either. Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyways, yeah,
Assimilate this.
you don't need to know anything else that happens in Nemesis. All you need to know is young Picard is also bald, even though we know he wasn't. That's it.
God, remember that episode where he? It's like one of my favorite TNG episodes, where I think was it a Q episode where he goes where Q changes, or there's like one thing that he changes. Like remember he gets like stabbed.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
the one I just
like,
mentioned.
causes
Yeah,
a fight.
that's the one I just mentioned. It's called Tapestry. Yeah, it's where
Tapestry. Okay,
Picard has to like relive his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where we see him and he's not bald.
Right. I love that episode because
It's so good. It's one of the best.
yeah, and it's just good writing. It's just good writing.
Yeah, I think that was Ron
That's
D.
the
Moore.
thing, like, Oh, really?
I think so. I could be wrong. He might not have written that one, but he wrote most of like the season 6 and season 7 episodes that I love.
And Generations.
And unfortunately generate. But I will in
He
in
wrote
his
half of it.
defense.
He wrote half of it.
In his defense, he wrote half of
it.
it. And in his defense, it is a good Star Trek episode, but it's not a good movie.
No, you could tell when his half, like, I think he wrote the first half, right?
I think he wrote everything until Shatner shows up.
Right. And that was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Was the first half.
Yeah, it makes total like
Where Shatner shows up. So Shatner shows up for the second time, like as like, oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, well, I mean Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I meant. Yeah, exactly. When he shows up in the Nexus. Yeah.
Because then you're basically saying he wrote the intro credits.
Well, he doesn't. No. I think because he doesn't show up until Picard gets sucked into the Nexus.
No, dude. He's
What are you
in the
talking about?
first scene of the.
No. I
movie
mean, he
takes
doesn't.
place.
He doesn't show up again. My point is, he doesn't show up again.
Yeah, that's what
Picard
I'm
goes
saying.
into
That's
the
what I'm
Nexus.
saying. Well, no, I thought you said that when he shows up. Until,
Oh no. I'm sorry. I meant Ronald D. Moore wrote the episode. Yeah. Well, we just covered that. But yeah, he wrote it until Shatner shows up again in the Nexus.
in the Nexus, yeah. Oh my God, there's so many. Oh my God, I really want you to. Now I'm like, I need you to watch season 2 of Picard.
I gotta make it through season 1. Jesus.
Don't you just skip it? Skip
No,
it
because I know like Hugh is in it, right? From Q Who or whatever the episode is where they wake up one of the Borg.
Oh, Hugh, yeah.
Because he's in that episode, and then he's in the Data, the 2-part where with Lore.
Just scrub through it
All right,
until you find the Hugh scene and say, "Hey, cool, awesome," and then just start the second season.
Fair enough.
It is. If that's what's holding you back, if Hugh,
Yeah, Hugh's was
cameo.
I know that 7 of 9's, and I got to watch all the first one. I can't skip seasons, dude. I can't do it.
Dude,
It's like against my protocol.
I know, but it's not.
It's not worth it. Is what you're
It's
saying.
not. It's not worth it, and it's not even necessary. Okay.
I gotta understand why 7 of 9 is in the show.
She's hot.
Well, she's hot. It's good.
What is there to understand? What?
Is Janeway in there at all, or are they just throwing her in? And
You
no one
wish.
else? I wish.
Mulder's insane.
If B'Elanna's not in it, I'm out.
No, Garrick is in it.
Wait, are you?
No, you wish. No, I know.
Holy smokes!
He's in season 2.
Totally
He's in-
bought
he-
that. I totally
He's in
bought
season
that.
2.
Are you kidding me?
He's in season
Garrick
2.
is in season 2.
Right, I'm telling you, just start watching it, dude.
Are you messing with me? You have to be messing with me.
Will you watch season 2 to find out?
I will, but if you're making up that Garrick is in it, that's just criminal. You can't do that.
I know.
Everyone in the chat's like, "Oh my god, move on to something else, please."
I know.
Talking
I'm
about
sorry.
Star Trek.
I'm sorry. Okay, how about this? Season 2 has. Oh my god.
Are you still talking about Star Trek?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but what's the main Romulan? The Cardassian.
Gul
In
Dukat?
season Gul
He's
Dukat.
dead. He's dead.
They have him in season 2.
What? You're just making
And
sure.
so is no. Ask the chat. Ask the chat. If you've seen it, Gul Dukat is in
what?
season 2.
Oh my god.
And so is oh my god, what's the Klingon guy with the eye patch?
Oh, Martok?
Martok.
Jesus. Okay, there's no reason for any of this, so I can understand why you think that it totally went off the rails and is ridiculous. Because you're mentioning a bunch of characters that are dead.
What about Tasha Yar? No, Tasha.
Yeah, I might throw her in there too, and Jadzia might as well. Bless you.
No, thank you. No. But you got to watch it.
Yeah, I guess so. Is Cisco in there?
Nope. I wish.
I do wish.
Would
He's
have been a
also
5-minute
he's also
episode.
crazy. So
With a fractured Q's jaw in the first 5 seconds.
oh, man.
I love Cisco.
Yeah, I do. He's the best.
And Avery Brooks too is just so nuts. It's awesome.
He's so nuts.
Like in a good like
Captain's documentary. If anyone has not seen it, check it out.
it is.
But
It
you
is
can see
like
Avery
I'm
Brooks
so
at
happy he
his-
went that crazy.
That is insanest.
Because you know what? They all went nuts, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, none of them were like. Maybe Scott Bakula was the only one who was with it, but
Will Wheaton. What about Will Wheaton? Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, Star
for
Trek.
sure.
So, all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done talking about Star Trek. I'm sorry.
You're done. Oh man,
I'm sorry, folks.
Save it for another episode.
Dude, I dropped some major spoilers.
You
Okay,
did. It's okay. It's okay that you did.
gave you a list. They show up. They show up. Those people show up.
Why? There's
in
no
second
reason
season.
for them to show up.
I'm just saying they show up.
Okay, I'm just saying there's no reason for them to show up. Is my point.
Patrick Stewart has never had hair in his life, and no one will ever convince me otherwise. Yeah, except for Excalibur, right?
Barely. He barely
real-
had hair in Excalibur.
It's hair. It counts, man.
It's true. That scene where in Excalibur where he tries to pull the sword out of the stone. It's like
Dude,
a
it's
master
the
class in acting.
Where's that guy, right?
Yeah. Why wasn't that guy in Picard?
All right. I won't talk about it anymore. I have definitely Define asked if we got into Stranger Things. Yes, I am fully caught up. with
I'm not
Stranger
yet.
Things.
I'm
That's
not
one
yet.
of
I am in the middle of the first part of the 4th season.
Oh,
Getting there.
okay.
Come on, I'm getting there.
I really like Bill Hader.
I love Bill Hader.
David
Is he
Hader.
in?
Dave, no, not David Hader. My bad.
Oh yeah. Is it Hader?
Bill Hader.
Speaking of Bill
Is it-
Hader, have you
is it
seen
Hader?
Have you seen Barry on HBO?
No, is it good?
Holy crap! It's incredible. Put that on your list.
All right, I gotta see.
I'll watch all your shows. You watch that one.
Not David Hader.
Hatcher.
what the-
Hatcher.
David
I think it's
Hatcher.
Hatcher. I think it's Hatcher.
Yeah, David Hatcher.
Anybody?
David
Chat, you gotta help us out
Hader.
here, man.
He's voice of Solid Snake, right?
I don't know. That was a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrote the screenplays to the to Watchmen and
Oh, okay. I thought it was Lindelof.
the voice of Solid Snake.
No, the one who wrote
That's
The
the-
Watchmen.
No, Hader. Why am I going down this rabbit hole here?
That's okay. We could
Watch-
easily look this up. It is fun to watch people sort of.
I'm looking it up
struggle.
right now. I'm looking it up right now.
You're actually typing it in. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alex C. and David Hader, based on a graphic novel co-created by Dave Gibbons and obviously Alan. Oh my God, what's his name?
Alan Moore?
What's his name? Your audio cut out.
Oh, Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. Oh my God. All I can think of is Alan Lee. Yeah, so I got a David Harbour. Yeah, thanks, Alec. So
That's it. That's it.
yeah, I like Stranger Things. I thought, listen, I'm impressed that they've been able to keep the quality over that much stuff.
You know, this reminds me of something that had come up recently. When I initially watched it, I bounced off season 3 really, really hard. and I don't know why. It was like it seemed really hokey and weird to me, where I felt like the tone of season 1 and 2 was a little more serious.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Totally.
so I really bounced off it, and then I rewatched it, and I was like, "This is amazing. This is like everything." It was like a big culmination of, Red Dawn and all the mall movies that came out in the '80s. It was just like a huge combination of all of those, and like it had a little kaiju feel to it too at the end. So I don't know why. I must have just been in a mood, but I bounced off of it, and then when I
I think
reapproached it, I was like, "Hey, this is great."
it's definitely they shift gears, like they play with stylistic changes, and I think that's what's keeping it fresh is that they're not telling the same story the same way over and over again, because the first season is completely different in
Yeah,
style.
it's like each one is a different genre almost.
Yeah, it's true. It's totally true, and that's really smart of them to do that because, uh, sorry, but yeah, I digress. So Barry, you were saying,
Yeah, man, Barry's really good.
okay,
Check it out if you get a chance.
all right, I'll see what I could do.
It's 3 seasons and they're all really short episodes, but it's super funny. The characters are all incredible. That's like Bill Hader's best work, I'd say.
You mean David Hayter?
Yeah, whoever you've been misnaming, it's that guy's best work.
Okay, so quick question, David Harbour. All right, on that note. Hold on, I got Photoshop. Is like, does Photoshop ever like freeze up to you where it just stops accepting inputs from anything?
Yeah, sometimes it'll get
one-
crashy.
Dude, it's like it is taking a nap. Hold on 1 second here. Let's see. It works when I turn my Cintiq on and back off again, and my Cintiq stop turning on.
Oh no, you're in mega crash zone.
Mega crash. Let's see here. There it is. And we're back. There, we're good. We're good. Nope, still that didn't work. Okay.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Technical difficulty, folks. Blame Tyler.
Sometimes you just got to restart Photoshop.
Yeah, but it's working on. I have 2 windows open. It's working on one window, not the other.
Oh, weird.
Dumb. Anyways, all right. Let me just open. Up. Done. All right. That should. We're back.
And we're back.
See if that's lined up perfectly. So, yeah. So I enjoyed Stranger Things. You haven't watched all of it, but I will. Yeah,
I'm liking it so
like
far because they've moved the genre to like horror, and I'm having fun with that.
Yeah, and yeah, because the first season wasn't really. It was horror, but it was more like, Close Encounters type of style.
And the third season was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Red Dawn.
Yeah.
I don't know what the second season had a particular theme as well, but
It did.
it was Ghostbusters. It was more Ghostbusters.
I guess it was more Ghostbuster. I don't know. Yeah. Like the fourth and first are complete. Like they might as well be almost different TV series. Like right? I mean, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
What's his face? Freddy Krueger. Is he in that? Did I see his name in the credits?
The actor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Pretty old these days.
I know. Richard, what's his face, right?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Dude, I'm having so much problems with names.
This is usually not your failing.
I'm like, I'm in an undiscovered country here. Okay?
Star Trek.
The greatest of the movies.
Oh boy. No, we can't monopolize this particular stream.
Sorry. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Star
Sorry.
Trek.
Sorry. You're right. Yes, I like Stranger Things. I remember when it first came out, they had tested it, and it was really horror focused at first, and they had to tweak it after the first testings to be a little bit more kind of Close Encounters of the Third Kind and all that stuff, like more awe.
Yeah, and there was a bit of Goonies in the first one.
And Goonies, yeah.
This second one actually has like just a smidge of Monster Squad. Not that it was like a successful movie and would need to be referenced in any way.
Excuse you?
It has like
Excuse you.
It's a box office bomb, my friend.
Dude. That's right. It does have like a Monster Squad feeling.
It has a little Monster Squad. Yeah.
Hell yeah, it does. Oh my God. Tyler. Yes.
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm it's one of the great movies of all time.
I agree.
Did it really bomb in the box office?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Jesus, you don't really
like the
back
top
in the
level
day,
Stan Winston effects.
Yeah, back in the day, you really didn't have to do all that much to be considered a box office
Especially
success,
in the 80s.
right? I mean,
especially in the 80s.
Yeah. Wow, guys. So we got a question from Lord Dornable. Tips for controlling oil paint when you put it on your canvas. How do you just put down a brush stroke without it being contaminated by colors beneath it?
I mean, if there's wet colors beneath it, then yeah, that's kind of difficult. You don't want to move it around too much because then you're gonna get muddy. I mean, when you're doing wet and wet, how do you control it, Ray? Because when I'm doing it, I tend to be really specific as to where I put colors. I try not to overlap them too much.
Yeah, I like overlapping colors when it's wet in the wet. The trick to it is, though, you have to you want your first layer to be a little thinner or drier. You don't want any medium in it, and then you could layer it pretty well, or you could do what Tyler's doing and basically just putting it next to each other.
Yeah, that's but you're talking about the lean over fat, or fat over lean.
No, it's just thin to thick, like just so like you're saturating the surface with oil. So you've got to. The only way to get color on top, clean color on top of wet color, is two things. It's got to be wetter, you add more medium, or it's got to be thicker.
Right.
And when you've exhausted all that, then you've saturated your surface. You can't do anything. So the trick to mitigate it is start off drier and thinner, basically, and then build up from there. You can get a couple of layers in, if you control it
Hold on
right
one sec, man.
before.
Come here. Okay. Sorry, dog control. I'm back.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Yeah, I've noticed. So we can talk about these Geneva paints again, but I've noticed they paint over each other really well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's just the right consistency, the way Mark has put the amount of medium into the paint, that you can really paint right over the top of them pretty nicely.
Shout out to Mark Carter.
Yeah, I'll mention him in the description again.
Oh yeah, drawmixpaint.com.
Drawmixpaint.com.
Geneva Fine Art. Guy's awesome.
How's it going over there, dude? What you got going on? Come here.
Let's see if I can.
Arya, come here. Sorry, we got cats upstairs, and my dog is a holy terror, and so I have her down here with me, so that the cats are still little. We don't want Arya to attack them in any way. So. But she really wants to go upstairs right now, and I have to keep yelling at her to come down.
I don't even hear the dog.
Oh, you can't? Okay, that's good. Because she's whining really loud.
No. Oh. Maybe it here on the screen on the stream, but all right. So shoot, what were we talking about?
Yeah. So this Mark Carter's stuff, like I don't know. It's so nice to paint with because you can get really good edge control, and it doesn't overwhelm any of the paints that are already down.
You know, for those watching live, I'm going to put it in the chat here. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, because we've only put it in the VODs. Yeah, definitely link it in here.
Yeah. Art supply. There we go. Paste.
It's done. We're doing it live.
And we're doing it live. Draw, mix, paint.
Oh man,
This
yeah,
is
our reds are all blown out.
a link to all of his videos here. He's got a channel on YouTube as well.
Yeah, which I recommend if you want to get into some. I don't know. I mean, everyone paints differently, right? But I've been really enjoying his formula, and a bunch of his techniques have been really interesting to read about. And by read, I mean watch videos on, but you know what I mean.
Jacob asked if the brush dip was worth it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I use it all the time. I don't clean my brushes anymore. I don't use dryers or anything. I just use Mark's paints, and then I just pull the paint out of them, the pigment, and I dip it in his brush dip, which is safflower oil and a little bit of clove oil, and then they just sit wet on my canvas. I mean, not my canvas, but on a little brush drying rack.
Yeah, I gotta buy some. I keep forgetting to do that.
I think you'll like it, man. It's great.
And now, I need to do that.
And and I was asking you before I left, like how I can keep them from drying out, because you know they're gonna dry after a couple weeks, and I was gone for 3.
Right. Did it work?
It worked perfectly. I brush dipped everything, and then I stuck them in. I stacked all the brushes and I wrapped them in wet paper towel and put them in Ziploc bags, and they were all perfect when I got back.
See?
It's amazing.
See what happens when you listen to me?
I know.
And my advice, which I stole from Scott Burdick.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't original advice. I get it.
Yeah, who was it original advice? I think Xiaoming did that too.
Salud. Oh, my little dragon's coming.
What was that?
along
Sorry.
here. Oh, it's a blessing.
Dude, it's looking great. Oh, thanks. I've been getting over a cold here.
Oh, yeah. Everyone getting sick.
So, oh yeah, dude, it's looking great. Checking it out right here.
It's not as blown out as I thought, color-wise.
Oh yeah, it's looking awesome.
Thanks, man. I'm just having fun. Just messing around.
How's your colors? Like,
it's pretty
versus, like,
accurate.
what you-
It's mostly red, so it's really hard to reproduce. But It
Is
looks
it better
pretty
than
good.
the Dracula?
Yeah, I'd say it's closer than that. I think I finally tweaked the settings so that it's pretty accurate now. Because like that first stream with the Dracula piece, he was so blown out. It was just crimson red.
Kind of looked awesome in a.
It did. It
In
actually
its
looked.
own
I
way.
was compensating. I mean, I repainted that whole thing in the second stream just to make up for the way it looked. Because I was like, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want it to look like that.
Yeah. I gotta put that on the Livebrush. I will upload a nice high res picture with the Livebrush Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I'll
And
do
I
them
put
all.
it on mine. If anyone has following on there, I put the high res of the Dracula piece on my Instagram.
Yeah, but we want them also. Yes, for sure.
Of course.
Follow
Yeah, we want them
Tara on
everywhere. We
Instagram.
want them everywhere.
We want them everywhere. But we want to get most of the people already follow you on Instagram, so we want them to follow us on Livebrush. Don't you see what you get in the way of my marketing pitch?
Sorry.
Man.
Pitch it away, dude. Pitch away.
That's it. The veil has been lifted.
That's it. That's all there was. I got it. So
Yeah,
one thing. Speaking of Mark Carter's stuff is like, I don't know if he has them available. I can't find them anymore. But he makes these like high concentration colors that are outside of his color wheel that he usually paints with. So like phthalo blue is one of his like really intense blues. But he sells that separately, and I don't think it's been available on his site for a long time. But I'm using it right now to make this sky like a little more intensely blue. I'm not using his though. I'm using the Winsor Newton. # Winsor Newton. Please be our sponsor. Version.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. Windsor Newton, can you hear us? Please
Yeah.
be our sponsor.
Come in, Winsor Newton.
All right. What we got? 16-minute. Nope.
Oh, what are we
17
doing
minute.
here? Oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
time's flying, man. Damn.
Time is flying. Yes, it is. So, can we talk about my new? So I recently brought an Oculus Quest
Hell yeah, we can talk about this.
2. Yeah, and we'll talk about once that other thing gets announced. We can talk about it. But
Yeah, well, maybe next week probably next week. Right?
Yeah, next week.
Okay.
Probably next week. Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks. We got some juicy stuff for you next week.
But or maybe not. It might just be the lamest thing in the world too.
No, don't say that. What are you talking about? Jesus. It's not going to be lame, everybody. It's going to be awesome.
I don't know. Might be like,
I got to say, though, Ray's got a Quest 2 now. Brought to you by
so I got
Facebook,
a Quest 2.
And it's amazing.
Brought to you by
There's a
Face-
golf game on it
by-
that is incredible.
This is my first foray into VR. Man, it's a lot of fun.
It's super fun.
And we played Tyler and I and Kate played a few rounds of walkabout mini golf.
You got to say
Man.
walkabout. It's walkabout mini golf.
Walkabout.
That was good. That was good, dude.
It is. All right. I'm trying. We're doing it live. So I keep saying this. I was telling my brother this. I just kept saying it over and over again to him, and he was making fun of me of it. But like, it's $300.
Dude, it's way cheap.
It's cheap.
There's no way that
It's cheaper
Facebook's
than
making
iPad.
money off of it. There's no way. They're taking a bath.
It's cheaper than an iPad. Cheaper than the cheapest iPad.
Yeah. And it's a fully
You know?
self-contained standalone VR kit.
Yeah, you don't have to rig up
Everything
anything.
makes sense.
You want to go downstairs to a larger room, a family room. or something like that, or go over to your friend's place.
Bring it on an
And
airplane.
they have a large area to walk around. Bring it on an airplane. Sure, why not?
It's
It's
awesome.
pretty nutty.
And the perk. This sounds like it sounds like we're doing ads, dude. Have we really graduated the show to make it seem like we're doing ads?
Dude,
We're not. We're
listen,
not doing
if
ads.
Oculus or Meta wants to sponsor this show.
That's true. That's true. If they do, I would do one. I'd sell out right away. But it's you can also plug it into your computer. Like if you got a beefy, if you got a 3090 like Ray and I have on our machines, you could plug it in there and play just regular Oculus. You can even play Steam VR stuff, and it doesn't slow down at all. All you need is the cable.
I have to get. Right. Yeah. I tried it out yesterday. On little Star Wars Squadrons. It was the one I did.
Yes, Squadrons.
The funny thing about Squadrons is the graphics take a huge hit.
Massive.
And there's no way to I have everything on Ultra, and they actually have it like a worse version of the graphics.
Yeah, I tried to do Skyrim, and it sucked. It totally sucked. I hated it.
Well, like Resident Evil, so Jacob said Resident Evil 4 VR was nuts. Okay, I need to do that. And
I hear
Beat
Alex is
Saber,
really good too. The Half-Life.
Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of stuff like I want to see. I want to see because, man, that mini golf game looks good.
It's just, it's low poly, right? But it's super fun. That's my. I don't know, man. Like, there's a fine line. If a game is really fun, I don't care how it looks. But when a game is like all about how it looks, it's got to be through the roof. For me.
Right. And I think you could do things on the Quest 2 that look great.
Yeah, of course.
You just have to be tactical about it. I'm sure resources are limited. It's just such a $300. And it's got all the sensors. Cheap. It's ridiculous.
I love I don't know if you played them yet, but the Walking Dead games, the Walking Dead game, I guess, is super good. It's just like a straight up zombie game. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, but you like smacking the zombies with a knife and a hatchet, but it's all like full swing. I don't know, it's good. They did a good job. Here's my problem though. I get a little motion sick in there, which sucks because I don't get motion sick anywhere else on Earth. Nothing else will make me motion sick.
Wow. Well, I think the next iterations will.
I hope so.
I think that's going to get solved. I honestly do. The more I delve into this thing,
how the hell are they going to do it?
I don't know.
Damn it!
The web crunch.
The web crunch. Yeah. There's got to be something.
5G? I don't know.
Man, it sucks because I've never experienced anything that can make me motion sick except for that.
Really? Wow. I get motion sick over everything, and I don't get with this. Not really.
Oh, weird.
As long as I'm moving around an area and I'm not flying where I'm stationary.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
No, totally. Because it's messing with your equilibrium.
Yeah. I'm good.
Oh yeah, I get it. I'll get my head starts to hurt, and then the nausea slowly builds. It's such a pain because I'll be having a really good time in that golf game, let's say, that we were playing the other day. But then after 3 or 4 or whatever, after our we'll do 2 18s. After the second 18, I'm like, oh, I got to get out of this thing.
I don't know, Tyler. It sounds like you tend to get motion sickness when you're losing. And you didn't get any motion sickness when we were playing because you were winning just fine.
When I'm winning, it's fine. I just don't, for some reason, I don't get sick. When I'm winning, I don't get sick.
Dan Robb asked, have we tried VR sculpting?
Yeah, a little bit.
I downloaded Gravity Sketch and I messed around with it. And I was like, well, this is the feature. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God.
I did a job recently. Actually, hung out with Graham actually. I didn't tell you that, did I? Maybe I did. Anyways,
You did.
oh yeah,
You did.
it was in Belgium. I was doing some work for a company there, and
Yeah, you sent me a photo.
okay, well, one of the concept artists was doing all of his like building design in VR. No one else was,
What?
but he was
Really?
doing some really cool stuff. Yeah, no shit.
What was he using?
It was the Index, the Valve one, the one after
Okay.
after the Vive. Not Index. What the hell
What
is
is?
it called? Anyway, someone
Yeah,
in
that
the
sounds
chat knows.
about right.
I remember the
The
code
Steam
name
Index
for
or
it.
something like that.
Maybe it's that. I
So
was at Valve when they were working on the prototype for that, and it had a completely different name. So that's the only one I know is the prototype name.
and that prototype is standing on your mantle. No,
No, I don't have it. I don't have it.
that is not true.
That
That's
is
not true.
incorrect.
Do you have to set up cameras for that, or is it standalone,
I think
or is it
the Vive you did, and after that you didn't. I think they fixed it
Got it.
because that was not sustainable. Like all of that camera shit. I think that was crazy.
No, yeah. And so I'm guessing it has better screens than the Quest.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They both have really
Is
high
it
resolution
comparable?
screens. That there's almost no
Okay.
screen door on both of those. There's some really. Have you seen? There's some
Yeah.
like not mainstream, like the third party rigs that are, $10,000, $8,000, and they have the highest possible resolution cameras or screens on the inside. I don't know if you've seen
No.
any of these.
No,
There's some crazy ones.
No. So they're ones that are they're like outside the realm of like
Yeah, they're not
of what
HTC
Valve.
or Facebook or Valve
Oh,
or they're just like weird third party ones, but they're insane. I think they're designed just to work with
yeah.
Steam, but
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean it's I don't know, I'm really impressed. Oops, I just realized I've been spending time off this camera here. My head hasn't been centered for the entire, probably most of the stream.
I imagine mine hasn't either because I'm like leaning over here to mix paint, so I'm like falling out of the frame. Stand your mark, Ray. Stand your mark.
It's 10 on your, like Ghostbusters. And they're like, they do the commercial.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're looking at their mark. I didn't even get that joke until I watched the
Yeah.
director's commentary. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Dude, speaking of that, did you see the newest one with Paul
No,
Rudd?
Afterlife. No, I
I thought
think
it
I
was
need
really
to
cool.
rent it.
I
I'm gonna rent
missed
it.
I missed the one before that with oh shit, I can't remember anyone's name in it.
The SNL people.
Yeah, the SNL people. I missed that one. I heard it was
Yeah.
great, but I caught this one and it was so cool. It was such a
The
neat little,
Ghostbusters, the one with Melissa.
Melissa
McCartney
McCarthy and Kristen Wiig.
Wig. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I-
horrible
I'm-
with names today. What's wrong with
I
me?
know, me too. I'm dying. I missed that one, but this one I saw with Paul Rudd, and damn, it was fun, man. It was super cool.
All right. No spoilers. I'm gonna do it then. And
Okay,
then
we
we
gotta-
got Stranger Things, of course.
Yeah, some of the actors, or one of them, anyways. We got a question from Dan Robb. Are you guys going to be at Lightbox Expo this year? I will be. I was. You know what? I'm going to say I will be, and we'll see if Ray can be. We're trying to work on something.
Yeah. We'll both be at Vision X.
But But yeah, I was gonna say plug this, Ray.
Oh yeah, seriously. So if you
We only got a few minutes.
want to see us, we're actually going to be at Vision X conference, which is coming up last week and then this month, July 29th to the 31st. And if you are interested, if people are interested in it, I actually have a coupon code that saves you a bunch of money.
Nice.
That I will put in the chat. I just gotta find.
Yeah, can you drop that in there now?
Yes, I will. Because don't pay full price when you can get a bunch of money off.
Of course.
Vision X has got like, I'll send the. Let's just plug the Vision X live. It is.
While Ray's looking this up, we'll be demoing, and I mean, we're basically going to do like a short episode of Livebrush. Just to simplify it. We'll do an hour-long episode of Livebrush, and this will be on July 29th. Is that right? Did I say that right? Yeah, July 29th.
And we're working on updating the MoveBot so the next episode it'll flash the coupon code and stuff. But I'll give you a.
Yeah, we'll plug it all over the place before it happens.
Yeah, we'll plug it all over the place. But we're gonna do this. Let's see. Here we go.
A lot of cool folks at this conference.
Dude, it's so stacked. It is so stacked. It's like you got Nathan Fowkes, Brian Mark Taylor.
Hey, Tyler Walpole, how's it going? He jumped in the chat, man.
It's nuts.
Sorry to interrupt.
Daniel Keys. No worries, man. Who jumped in?
Tyler Walpole, the other Tyler. The
other Tyler. All right.
We can't be in the same place at once, otherwise we have to duel.
Well, then just get off the stream, Tyler.
No, we can be in the virtual place. We can't be in a physical place at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? Let's extend it virtually. We're okay. I'm okay with that.
You just caught us right at the end, so Tyler. We're closing out here very soon.
Can I redeem the coupon code for a bunch of money though? No, you can redeem it for a bunch of money off the ticket price.
A lot of great folks though are going to be at this event, so check it out.
It's nuts. Yeah, it is nuts. I'm seeing the list right here. Jeff Hine, you've got Susan Lyons, Josh Clare, Howard Lyons going to be there.
Oh, no kidding,
Scott
Howard. Oh shoot, I'll have to message him.
Dude.
That's great. I love Howard.
Gina Brodsky. Do you know Angela Sung?
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, yep. They're gonna be there.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. Howard's the reason why I have all the lights set up and everything that I have going on in my studio for photographing my work and lighting it while I work. And the easel, not the easel, but the palette I'm working on. I got all this stuff from Howard.
Let's just put it this way: Howard is more Livebrush than Tyler.
Yeah, he made me the man I am today. Like in 1989 Batman, when he's like, "You made me." That's it. I'm his. He's Batman, and I'm the Joker.
Oh God. So here's a description on the.
Don't change the subject.
Go. I'm not. No. Howard is. That's what we're plugging Howard too, man. Here we go. Here's the. Bam. Here's the plug here.
There it is.
So RBO 22 is at 30%. 30% off.
Whoa, man, that's a hell of a paste job you did there.
Yeah.
The link's near the bottom.
Does that work?
I mean, yeah, it's there. The link's in there. It was just like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So let's.
Oh, Scott Christensen. Oh, awesome.
You see, so people can see it. David Dibble's going to be there.
I know, man. Dave's the best. We actually, not to name drop or anything, but we went to school with Dave Dibble. He was in our illustration class.
Went to school with David Dibble, Jeremy Mann, Jason Chan.
I didn't have any classes with Jason.
Ray Bonilla.
And Chris was like right ahead of us. Chris Ron. What are we gonna do? You
I
know,
don't.
before we close, I know it's
which one's
7:01,
first?
and we should close out here in a sec. But we got to
Oh
do
my
like
God, yeah.
we got to start doing some like guest star stuff or something. Get some folks on here.
We could do that.
I don't know how it would work. We'll have to brainstorm it. But
Yeah, we'll have to brainstorm it, or just have somebody come in when we can't stream.
yeah, just take.
You know, why don't we just replace it, Tyler?
No, just replace
just-
me.
You'll be a
And-
revolving seat.
Yeah, I'll be the one that, whenever I'm not around.
Yeah, you'll be like Letterman.
He's
you
the
know.
North Pole.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing.
Good.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, that
I
is
did a silly
it.
Dragon.
So, all right. Looks great, dude. Are you going to continue to work on it next episode?
Yeah, for sure. I'll just let it.
Okay.
If it's not dry, I might do something else. But if it is
Okay.
close, no, because I had that issue last time. I might do something different next week and then hop over on the following week and work on this some more. Because I'm doing this Geneva paints, and I doubt I went really thick this time. I don't think it'll be dry by next week, but I think it'll be half dry, and that'll screw me up. What do you think?
So
Come on, that was silence.
this was supposed to be a wrap up section here.
Oh yeah, okay.
This
okay.
is us wrapping.
You know,
wrapping
folks,
up.
it was good seeing y'all. We're wrapping up now. We're closing out. Who have you been, Ray?
All right. Well, so the way I gotta say what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna continue to work on this. Maybe have something different next week. I don't know. I'm gonna continue to work on the comp because this has to turn into a painting soon. So I've been, I've been Raymond Bonilla or Ray Bonilla. You can follow me at raymondbonilla.com or visit my website at raymondbonilla.com. Follow me on Instagram at Ray Bonilla Painter. And who are you, sir?
I have been and always will be Tyler Jacobson. And you can check me out at tylerjacobsonart.com. That's a little out of date, though, so I would check me out at Tyler Jacobson Art on Instagram, where I do most of my updated stuff. So, yeah, we'll see you all
Awesome,
next week.
awesome.
Hopefully, I'll be working on this.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who joined us live in the chat, and also those who've joined us on the videos on demand in YouTube. If you could, if you liked the video, please consider leaving us a like. If you loved it, you could subscribe. It'd be awesome. We post all of our videos on demand from our episodes on our YouTube channel, so we really appreciate you. And also for those, if you haven't seen our YouTube, please go over to see that. And consider following us on Instagram, where you'll get announcements for all the shows. If we have a cancellation, you'll get announcements for that. And, you know, we post every Wednesday on Instagram, but we'll post, you know, spatterings throughout the week, especially high-res shots of the artwork that we finish on the show. So thank you so much, everyone. It's great to be back and to kick the rust off. And we're looking forward to hanging out with you and painting next week on Wednesday. Thanks, Tyler.
Can't wait. See you all then.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.